Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter where you are in the world. You know it is JJ and JJ's PC Builds. If this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe. And I did see we got a few more subscribers. And I want to welcome y'all to the community. Welcome to JJ's PC Builds family. And also to my veteran subscribers, much love to you as always for all that you do, watching videos from beginning to end. And telling your friends to come on down and subscribe. Now, do remember, if you want to help out the channel, watch the videos, subscribe, tell your friends to come on down and help out the channel and subscribe. And watch videos and stuff like that. Y'all know the routine. I do this try to do this every video with y'all. But I had some shocking news that came up to me. But first of all, the reason why we're here today is we're going to get on to graphics card nightmares right here on JJ's PC Builds. So at the end, I'll let you know what my news is, so you better stick around for that. And let's go ahead and jump to the action screen. And if y'all don't know what the action screen is, this is the action screen. This is my action screen, basically. So let's go ahead and try to dive in and see what we got cooking for today. Let's pull up some DuckDuckGo. I mean, Google Chrome's okay, but I use DuckDuckGo because they block a lot of things, and it kind of keeps us away from all that hubbub. So let's go ahead and go to Amazon. Y'all know the routine when we go to Amazon. Just to let you know, we're over the 400 video mark. We are over the 400 video mark. Now, if you don't know that, now you do know that. And we've made it past 400 videos. So make sure when you go up here, you get to the all button, you go down and you look for computers, then, it'll have your settings all there for you. So, but we're going to find out today what's going on. Okay, now, there are some new builders out there. I just want to recommend something to you. That the end of life for like the 580s, probably never know the 1660s and stuff like that. I'm not doing reviews on them anymore. Like your RTX 30 series, your 40 series. For NVIDIA, those are worth talking about. But your AMD side, your 6000 series and your 7000 series are still within, reason. But anything below that now these days, AMD is going to start doing their cutoff by the beginning of next year. They're going to start cutting things off. They already cut off APUs in the 5000 series when it comes to the software. But like I told y'all, I'll make sure I double check on that and let you know if they did or didn't. It would kind of suck because I still have a warranty on my processor, my APU processor. And, the question's going to be is if they end of life it, is it still going to have the warranty? I still got 4 years left on it. So who knows? Maybe AMD will watch this video and kind of think about not end-of-lifing it for a couple more years. Who knows? But, like 5500, a lot of your Polaris and your Maxwells and all that, y'all know what I mean. Anything that's below the 6000 series for AMD, you just might as well expect it to end of life sooner or later. I mean, it's been going for years, and think about it, and now it's kind of gotten to the point to where they want to move that old product off to the side. They've made their money off of it. Now it's time to move on to the two newest products, like your newest and your year before. But I can tell you, and I know y'all can, leave me a comment in the video below about this, but I can tell you what I'm hearing on the grapevine, that this is what they're going to be doing. Okay. I've had 5 different people tell me the same thing. So this is something they don't talk about, but I get kind of wind of what's going on. So we'll move down the road and see what there is to talk about. I mean, you might as well have, getting to the point of a decent GPU, you're looking at from at least spending at least $300 and up. See, because if we go and we put the price at, let's say we put the price at, let's say $300 and hit go, then we're only going to see the $300 and up. So basically, like your 1660, you're really not going to see much of it, but you get a pretty good idea of what's going on for this week. But I can tell you in the future, it's looking really grim. I mean, for $300, this will give you somewhat of an idea of what you can get. I know back then, a long time ago in the videos, I said, the $200 was the sweet spot. But it's turned its ties around the $300 mark. So if you're looking to get a decent GPU, I would start your price at $300. I mean, that would be the baseline I would go when it comes to a GPU. Now, what type of GPU for $300? That's going to be up to you. I mean, for me, I can tell you for $300, I mean, for $450, they have the 6800 XT, 16 gigabytes. I mean, but you can probably go to the 7800 XT or the 7700 XT, or you can probably do, if you want to do, you just want to stay at $300. I mean, the 6600 core, they're going to outdate that soon. So, but they might not. Well, it's the 6000 series. So I doubt they're going to outdate this one. So you can still get it for $210 if you're looking for the cheap of the cheapies. But if you're going to do that, you're going to shoot yourself in the foot by getting the cheap of the cheapies. Okay. Now, I wouldn't recommend the 3050 because, it doesn't have a good bus and everything else. It's my opinion. This is just my opinion when it comes to these graphics cards. I mean, they have the Asus TUF 4070 OC. I have the Asus Dual right here. And I did it again. Okay. See this right here? I have the Asus Dual, the OC edition. 12 gigabytes. Right here. Asus. Dual card. And I got the 4070. Back about a week ago, they had the price down to $550, and plus they were putting it with Alan Wake 2. You could have got in on that deal. But do remind you that Black Friday sales, you never know what you might find. So do your diligence in digging into the Black Friday sales. Now, this video might take a little bit more than usual today because I'm going through with you all about, what you can find out there that's, within your reason. I mean, if you want something in reason, you can always do like the 3060, It's not the greatest card in the world because of the amount of gigabytes per second, but it's something. If you want to go up to $400 or $500, that's up to you. But within $300 range, your 3060 seems to be within reasoning, Or you want to go to a 4060, let's say you want to go to a 4060, and you want to get something a little bit better that's a cooker, well, still, depends on what you want. So going through very carefully, looking at and seeing what, Amazon has to offer, doesn't look like much today. So it looks like the prices are going up. And I did notice that last week, but I noticed it's still going up. And for today, let's say since we're on Amazon, let's do Black Friday. Let's see what they got for a Black Friday PC. Or PC parts. Do they got anything for a Black Friday PC parts? Wow. 5800X, 8-core 16-thread, 208. That's not bad. Let's see. I know this is just about PCs and everything else. B550A Pro Series motherboard, MSI 129. Not a bad deal. We're just going to go through this real quick for Black Friday and see what they have. ALSI, nope, I wouldn't do that. Not bad keyboard for $25. See, they got the Prism 2 Lee 13900K, 4070 Ti, 1 terabyte, 32 gigs of DDR5, 1000-watt gold power supply, $2,500. $2,500. Do remember DDR5 and AM5 and DDR5. DDR5 is basically your Intel. AM5 is DDR5, but that's AMD. You got Intel and AMD. Until, NVIDIA comes out with their processor, then you have three in the mix instead of two. So, you got a 16 gigabyte kit of DDR4, $47. You got 32 gig for $66. That's not too shabby. Arctic Liquid Freezer, $240. Not too shabby. Oh, they do got another B550. Looks like Gaming Plus computer. 3000 series DDR4 for $119. They got the B550 Gaming Plus. Looks like a pretty cool motherboard. But anyway, motherboards will be on another video. And You know, I'm going to do a segment about motherboards. I'm going to do a segment about pre-builds. I got more cooking when I come back on Monday, and you all see me on Monday. So do stick around for that, because Monday we're probably going to have a good one for Monday. So you got to stick around. You got to find out. That's the only way you'll find out. Let's go ahead and go to Newegg. Go to Newegg and see what they got cooking. Oh, what we'll do is we'll scan down here and see what they got for Black Friday deals. Right here, Newegg. They got a processor. Looks like it's a Z790H for $259. $259. $139 for 32 gigs. Looks like they got the processor. They got an i9 14900K for $600. They got a motherboard, the Z790H for $259, and they got the Trident G Skills 32 gigabyte memory for $139. That's $918. Now let's see what the AMD has. The Ryzen 7 7700X 8 core for $319. Motherboard, they got the B650A, the asus ROG Strix B650A for $199. Desktop memory, they got the Expo memory. They got G Skill Flare X5, 32 gigabytes, $94. Not a bad deal. And they got, you know, PCs, laptops, components. You know, they got many things cooking here. So let's take a look on this page. I told you it's going to be a little longer video than usual. They got a Samsung 4K UHD monitor for $329. They got a asus ROG Strix G10 gaming PC, Core i5 11400F, 11400F, be 11th gen, and a 3050 and 16 gigs for $649. I'm going to be honest with you. For $649, I really wouldn't buy that. They got the ASRock B650 Pro RS Wi-Fi AM5 Micro ATX motherboard. They got some cookers. They got some Ripjaw 2x16, 32 gigabytes for $64. That's not a bad deal if you're looking to go PC DDR4, because this is PC4 25,600. That means PC4 means it's DDR4. Okay. So for $64, 32 gigs, that's not a bad deal. $64. Let's see. Now let's see what they got cooking. They got the 4080 for $11,058. Say $11,058. Well, that's if you want to, or you want to pay $1,158. That's up to you. I said 11,000. Believe it or not, you would have said I ain't buying that for $11,000. Okay, so they got the 4090 for. Look at this. Look at this right here. For $3,050. Look at this. A 4090 for $3,000. Now, oh, wait a minute. Y'all didn't, I'm sitting here talking to y'all and, you know, we didn't go back to the action screen. Oh my goodness. And you all missed that. Let's start off at the beginning. Okay. My bad. I'm just going to roll through it. And since I already told you about it, here's the Intel package, the Ryzen package. You want Domino's, you can go to Domino's. Your Black Friday deals, you get PC and laptop 61%, 68% components. Let's click on that. Let's just roll back to that. Okay, so you get a 12th gen, 12900 for 427, 549 for the 4070. Look at this right here, 549, right here. See, now you think you're getting a Black Friday deal, but you're actually not. So that right there, it's the same before Black Friday and during. So I don't know what they're trying to cook up. Let's see. Anything that's of worth. Let's see. I like the case that they have right here. The Lian Li case. That looks like a nice case. They got some fan edge. If you want to do white, you know, 12700K for 288. Let's see, 7900 XTX for 1029. It's only $30 away from the MSRP. Where's the deal? Right here, this is like maybe $23 away from MSRP. Oh, now they're doing a computer case. John's Bow. And they seem to do pretty good on the heat sinks. Let's see, 4070, 599. Got it 15% off the promo. 7900 XTX. You got $15 off of the graphics card, so that'll bring that down to $935. So you can get a 7900 XTX for $935 if that's what you're looking for. See, this is the same graphics card I got right here. Right here. And it's still at $600. Yeah, that's amazing. I got this power supply over here for $159. That came down because I paid $179 for mine. Still not a bad deal. Believe it or not, that's still not a bad deal. Let's see. We're going to go through the Black Friday stuff with you really quick. I told you it's going to be a little longer video than usual. And, you know, this way y'all can get a good look at what they got cooking. So, Fantex. Oh, that looks like a good case for $50. If it comes with fans, that would be even better. But if you got your own fans, you know, you're looking at $40 after rebates. Okay, $40 for this case right here. $40. That's not a bad deal. Fantex case with the grill on it and everything. That's not a bad deal. So if that's what you're looking for, that's good for you. Awesome deal. Awesome deal. Seasonic's got 1,000 watt for 284. I like, you know, Seasonic doesn't have bad products. It's just a little pricey for me. You know, I'm thinking in the consumer shoes to where they're thinking about the price and everything else. So, you know, we got to look at what's going on, you know, in the consumer shoes. They got the Z790 right here for $190. That's really not a bad deal. It's, you know, right there. It's, you know, it's right in its generation style. And, you know, but I hate to put it to you like this. It'll go up to 14th gen, but 15th gen, I doubt it's going to be the same socket. I've been hearing rumors about that not being the same socket. They got, look at this, $64. That is an awesome deal. You know, 7600X, $250. Look at this, $250. Okay, let's get the calculator out. Let's do $250. We go up here. Let's say we get this for $190. Okay, so that right there, and then we go with the RAM. You're going with the 32 gigs. Let's say this one right here. I know there's cheaper. This is just an estimate. So you add the 210, just to say. So that right there, just in those three components, and not the SSD drive at all, you're looking at $650 on an average. So, I mean, that's what you're looking for on an average. So let's go ahead and just dive right into it and see what's going on with the graphics cards. Even though that I took y'all off on a wild tangent, I just wanted to show you the Black Friday deals that's cooking right now. So $549, this seems to be their best seller right here. The Gigabyte, like I said, depends on what you want. They got a $30 off promo code on this, plus a $20 rebate card. Wow. So this one might be a good one to get. I really don't. So you get a $10 off promo code here. So that'll bring that down to $1,020 instead of $1,030. They got a pre-built 5700G. And you would be crazy to buy this for $1,000 when you can build that same PC for half that. You would be crazy to buy that, just to say. Don't be fooled on that. By the time you get all the components and everything else, it will not equal that. It will equal up to about $500-600 total, just to say, if you had to buy everything. But if you've already had the case and the fans and the power supply, then you'll be looking at about $400 in just hardware. So this right here is a joke. So I don't know why people do that. They think they're selling something. They're trying to sell something to the consumer that works hard for their money. I would never buy something like that. So 6700 XT, $300, 4070, no. Like I said, the prices are going up slowly. Some of the newer model, the newest generation models on your graphics cards, some aren't going up, some are staying stable, but some are not. Like the 3080 10 gigabyte, look at this, $794 for a 3080. Okay, now if you were to buy the 4070 for $550 and got a game with it, that actually bring that down, the hardware down to $500. $500 for the hardware and $50 for the game. So there's your $550. Moving on down the road. Look at this. The 7800 XT, 16 gigabytes for $519. Okay, it's still okay. It's slightly equal to about the same with the 4070. I mean, within the matter of parameters, but this is still $20 more expensive. The 7800 XT is still $20 more expensive than buying a 4070 with the game right here. Right here. Get Alan Wake 2 with the GeForce limited offer. Might be limited offer, but it still brings it down to $500. And the 4070 still keeps up with the 7800 XT. So do your math. This might have 16 gigs of VRAM and the other's got 12. That's the only real separation I really see. But like I said, I play games. The games I play only use up 8 gigs of memory, 8 to 10 gigs. I have yet to break that threshold of 12 gigs. Unless I really push the GPU off the cliff, that's the only way I'll be able to get it to the 12 gig mark. So, but like I said, I still can't get it there. You know, with some games, I still cannot get it there. I mean, and I would say, make sure you buy your drinks. Well, I forgot to get my drink today. I was going to go out, but I wanted to make the video first. So I got water. So get your water and your snacks. Or your coffee or whatever you have that you enjoy as your go-to. Okay. Let's see. Okay, well, nothing to compare there. Let's see. But like I'm telling you, if you want a graphics card, you don't want to spend an arm and a leg. I understand that. But then you're going to be stuck into the 5000 series when it comes to AMD, and then you're going to be stuck into 5,000, 6,000 series in AMD. And then you're going to be stuck into the 20 to 30 series with NVIDIA. So, but I can tell you, Black Friday, the prices don't look like it's going to get any better than what you're seeing today. So, yes, it's hard to shop for a graphics card because it's the most expensive part that's in your PC. Depending on what processor you get with this. Okay. Now, that is a little bit of a fine line. You ask yourself, well, if I get, let's say I get the 5800X, right? The Ryzen 7 5800X. Okay. You ask yourself this question. Now, what if I got the Ryzen 7 5800X? I know it sounds like I repeated myself, but what motherboard can I do that with that's going to make it run spectacular? Well, I got the B550 from asus, B550A. It runs the 5700X just well. It'll run the 5700X and all the way up. All your 5000 series processors, it will run. Period. I have not yet had anything fail on me whatsoever. My motherboard's up to date, and that's the way I keep it. If there's going to be any future updates with this, I don't know. Pretty much, I haven't seen any just yet. But as far as the BIOS right now, it's up to date. Okay. Now, as far as the software, the Adrenaline software that goes with AMD's integrated graphics, that's up in the air. But I think they end of life the 5000 series APUs because they're going to be coming out with the new 7000G series APUs. So they're going to probably end of life the 5000 series. So it's going to happen sooner or later because by the time beginning of next year or the middle of next year, the new APUs are going to be out, especially if they're running 16 CUs. They're going to be more powerful than the 8 CUs on the 5700G and the 7 CUs on the 5600G. So I can see the reason why they want to axe out the 5000 series APUs and the 4000 series and so on. First, second, and third gen. Zen. First, second, and third Zen. Now you're coming up to fourth Zen, which is the AM5 series, which they should, it's confusing. I know with these new time builders, I know it's confusing, but you will get past that confusion. Trust me. Once you get into building your first one and your second one, and then when you get into building your third one, it'll be like just walking in the park. So, but this is where we're going to be going to eBay for today. And I'm not going to say e-waste, but even though that I know it's e-waste, and that's what it's good for, but it's eBay. Alrighty, so let's go on to the graphics cards. Let's go down here and change a couple settings. Buy it now. So this way we can see what's going on for today. So, let's see, what do we got? Anything that's of worth. I don't think anybody's going to be going for the T600. 5700 they ain't going to be going for. 560 they ain't going to be going for. 1070 they're not going to be going for. 550 nope. 3060 Ti maybe, but it's 8 gigabytes and probably not. This right here, 105 or best offer. If you see them stacked like that, that's the old crypto mining. It looks like they're trying to get rid of their crypto mining cards. So you take a risk in that, but that's the 5000 series, and I doubt that, with the end of life coming around for the 5000 series, I really wouldn't pick up anything for the 5000 series. Now, as far as the RTX 20 series, I'm sure end of life will come up soon. Once AMD makes their move, NVIDIA is going to make their move, because they're not going to end of life a card if they're not selling. If they're not selling the card and it's not selling at all, they're going to end of life it. Basically, they bleed it all the way to the end. So, but if this is a place where, you want to be, where you want to get something cheap, then, always watch the descriptions. What they write for a heading is one thing, but always watch the descriptions, what's down below here. Make sure it matches what's up here. Because if it don't match what the, you know, the suffix right here does not match the heading, the description doesn't match the heading, then it's not going to be something you want to buy. I wouldn't buy it. If they didn't match, I would never buy them. Because you got to, with the thing with eBay is that when you put in the description what item you're selling, and when they open up the box and they don't get the same item for what you said that they're selling, then you can put a complaint into eBay. If how they handle it, that's up to them. But you always look to make sure it's, the same. Or contact the seller, make sure the seller is going to be honest with you if you can contact the seller. So always ask a series of questions when you're buying used. And if you can't ask them, do you have a performance chart or, any kind of screenshots on, how the card's performing, or, some kind of information detail that they can give you that's representing that card. Then if they can't give it to you, then basically they're just trying to turn a buck, and it's not going to be right for you. I mean, if I contact the seller and I ask a whole bunch of questions, and they can't answer them, then I'll be like, have a nice day, dude. I don't have time for this, But if they're honest and they're upfront and they're answering your questions, and then they send you the card, you try it out and it works for you, then you found a great seller. Hopefully they sell you more items, that's affordable. So, but it all depends on finding that one seller that's going to be honest. There are some honest sellers in here, okay? There are some honest people in here that sell, but there are some that are scalpers. There are some that are dishonest. It goes by that function. So you have to use your mind and your brain power to sift through all that mess just to get down to the fact of, are they selling something that is prominent, that's decent, that'll give you great gameplay for the next 2-3 years? Or are they just selling you junk from the garbage bin? That's why I call it e-waste. So now you know why I call it e-waste. If they're going to sell you something on eBay, they should hold up to the fact of that it works. Not sell you junk that does not work. I mean, or they should state it other than saying, this is what you get, there's no returns or whatever. Just more things to piss off the buyer, and you don't get no more potential buyers because they give you bad negative reviews because all you sell is garbage junk. Okay, anybody can go to the garbage waste junk center and go get a whole bunch of stuff for pennies on the dollar, and then turn around and go on eBay and sell it to you and not even check it out and just say it is as is. You buy what you get. Anybody can do that. When it comes to older computer parts, there are tons of it out there. Tons of it that you can take and purchase by the bulk and turn around and sell it on eBay and make yourself a couple $100 per graphics card. But if you go to do that, be honest. Be very honest with your customers, the consumer, the gamers, the business people, the ones that want to save a buck, but want to get the best of the best too. So do keep that in mind. Alrighty, now we got down to the brass tacks of it all. Let's go ahead and finish this off with Micro Center, and I'm going to give you my conclusion, and I got something else I want to announce in the conclusion too. So let's go on to Micro Center. No, they haven't sponsored us yet. They sponsor everybody else, but they don't sponsor us because I guess they don't see us here in Southern California. Northern California, they got 4 or 5 people they sponsor up there, but they really haven't sponsored anybody in Southern California because obviously they would probably have to ship stuff here, but one of these days they might sponsor somebody out here in Southern California. And I say Southern, I mean the deep South California. Not to where they say, oh, I'm on the border, I'm in the South. No, you're not. So stop lying to people. Don't lie to people. People hate when you lie to them. Don't lie to them. My channel is not about lying to people. It's about keeping it honest and keeping it real. I like to keep things real. I don't like to keep it to where, you don't see everything and, I mean, look at that. Top deals. They got the top deals going on here. But you know what? That's not why we're here. We are here because we want to look at the graphics cards. That's what we want to look at is the graphics cards. That's the reason why Graphics Card Nightmare was created, to see the graphics cards. Now, to let you know that where this is in store only. Okay, they got nothing to ship for this week. Just to keep that in mind, they got nothing to ship for they got 2 sides. The shipping side, and they got the in-store only side. So obviously they have nothing for the shipping side. Let's put 96 on the pages and see what they got cooking. So we put 96 on here, so we got 96 views. Alan Wake 2, 4090, $1,700. They did have that. They did have that down. It gained about $50. So Micro Center might be the place you get if you're going to spend $1,700 because they did have it. They did have it lower, but they do have, it looks like they got some cards in store. So you might have to go down to Micro Center and check them out. And if you're looking for the local Micro Center that's near you, you can Google it online to find out where the closest Micro Center is to you. That's the easiest way I'm going to tell you to do it. I'm not going to give you the runaround. Just type in microcenter.com/location. Okay. See, do it like this. You can go up to the top bar. You can type in Micro Center. .com/location. If it works. But obviously it says I'm not signed in, which is okay. I see what the problem is. Okay, my bad, everybody. I jumped ahead of everything. I put it in the wrong bar. See, there you go. And that's what comes up there. My bad, I put it in the wrong bar. So you go to Micro Center Store Locator. All the information you need right there. All the information you need right here. Tells you where Micro Center is located. So if you're looking for them, there it is. Back to Micro Center and look and see what they have. I can tell you this much. I can see a couple nightmares right here. That is a nightmare. $2,300. Well, actually, with the game, I'll make it down to $2,250. So it's still a nightmare. Anything over $2,000 is a nightmare. I'm sorry. It is a nightmare. I mean, $1,799 for $100 more. They get, like they got here for $1,700, for $1,800, for $100 more. You get a water cooler on there. You can go water cooled for $100 more. So that's not a bad deal if you're doing it at $100 more, because you got to figure by the time you get the pump, you get the block, and you try to fit everything up, and you get the radiator, the hoses. It's gonna equal up a lot more than $100. So that is a pretty good deal. That is a pretty good deal. But this one, no. That's not a good deal. 2000. It's white. Anybody knows for $20 you can get a wrap and make it white. $500, a 7800 XT. It's got 2 fans right there. With 3 fans, they charge you $30 more. $69.50. That's still out of the league. 4070 Ti. I'm still sticking with the 4070. They got the 4070 dual white. Look at this. They're charging you $20 more just because it's white. It's the same thing I got over here, but mine's black. What's the difference? Does it cost more to make it white? You can paint it white. That's the way I look at it. 4060 Ti, the 8GB version, $400. I wouldn't mess with that right now. So let's just keep moving on down the road before we get over to a certain thing here. Any more nightmares? Oh, I mean, they got the Challenger D for $189. That's not bad. That's a better price for the 6600. If you're looking for a budget right here, $190. That's $20 cheaper than it is on Amazon. But if it cost you more than $20 in gas to go get that graphics card, then you're best off to just order it from Amazon. Or Newegg if they got it. All depends. But that's less than $200. So let's move on down the road. see, 3060, 289, 3060, 249, 4060, $300. I mean, it's just ridiculous. What are they going to do when they bring out, NVIDIA brings out the Super Series? What are they going to do then? Right now, it's still talk, but, you know, people are really getting their head all wrapped up for it, which I really wouldn't get my head wrapped up for it. It's just going to be an in-between what the first card and the next one up is going to be. So I really can't get my head wrapped around it. You know, I can't see me getting I could see me getting a 4070 Super. You know, that would be a different one, but it's just a step up from my 4070. You know, it's just a step up. So that means the 4070 Super would knock out the 7800 XT out of the box. So that means the 7700 and the 7800 XT in AMD side, it's not going to mean anything after that. Depending on the price, NVIDIA, depending on the price, no matter what price you get the 4070 at, the 4070 Super should be at a better price, a lower price than the 4070. And this way you put more performance on the table for the consumer. They're going to buy it. So me, that's what I would do. I don't know, you know, what they would do if, you know, I was them. I would make the 4070 Super and I would, you know, make the MSRP lower than the 4070 and shock the hell out of the world, you know, and tell everybody, look, this is going to be a limited time offer, and run that for 6 months, and then after that, and run it at, you know, a different price. But at least give everybody a 6 months worth of chance to buy something at a better, you know, better performance. You know, that would be a non-nightmare, that I think. I mean, I cannot see buying the 4070 Ti. I really can't. Not at that price point. Now, when the 4070 is, you know, keeping up there with the 4070 Ti, almost, you know, in my opinion, you know, I seen the reports on, you know, from other people about the 4070 Ti. My 4070 seems to keep me right up there, just fine as wine. So, like I said, and I'm going to keep saying it, you put the 4070 Super, you put the 4070 Super at a better price, lower than the 4070, even though that you're undermining the 4070, go under the 4070 for a limited time for like 6 months. People are going to buy the hell out of the 4070 Supers just to give you that peace of mind. All right. My final thought, and we're getting to that screen. My final thought, and before my final thought goes through, just let y'all know about Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, I'm not going to be here, so there's going to be no live video. But next week, there will be another live video with me and Dakota. And Sunday, there's not going to be a video either because I'm probably going to extend my birthday over until Monday. And then I'll be back on Monday with the next video, so do expect that. Now, as far as with graphics card for this week, there are some that are holding stable at their price. They haven't gone up yet, but there are a couple that have started to rise. in the 40 series, and over there in AMD side, there's a couple that seem to be rising on their part for their 6000 series. Like the 6950 XT, that seems to be kind of rising up and up and up. When they used to have the 6950 back a few months ago, down around the 500 range. Around the 599 range. They did have it at one time. I think they had it at about a $549 kind of thing. So, and now it's up above 600 to about almost 650, maybe a little bit more. So that's something to think about too. And also too, the end of life kind of things. If I get more information on the end of life hardware that AMD and NVIDIA is going to be doing, I'll make sure I bring it up on a video for y'all. For right now, I'm sitting tight on it and seeing what they're going to do next. As soon as end of life starts coming out for certain hardware, we will let you know what's going to be happening with that. So we really don't have much cooking with that right now, but we will. And like I said, also too, pre-built. I want to start doing videos on the pre-builts that I see a lot of people want to dabble into the pre-build situation, so we can have a look at the pre-build situation, look around to see what kind of pre-builds are the good deals or the bad deals or the ugly deals. So we can do that when we come back on next week. And we got many things cooking. So on Saturday, I get to enjoy my birthday. I'm going to go out. I'm going to have dinner. I have no idea what I'm going to do after that. Probably go watch a movie, at a movie theater, and then come back home and do a video and start my week for next week. I know it doesn't sound like it's really, like it doesn't sound enthusing. I've been spending a lot of my birthdays kind of like this, it's kind of like, you kind of just do, don't, when you get past 50, you kind of think to yourself that birthdays are just for the kids and, it's not really for yourself. And, it's how you really think about it. So some people, they still love being kids after 50 and, so, but it is what it is. We definitely got, and we're also too, we're over 400 videos. Now, even though that I'm gone for a couple days, you guys got plenty of videos to watch. Plenty of videos to watch. So you're not going to miss out on anything. And trust me, with PC news and everything else, even if something happens on the day that I'm out, I'll see it, I'll catch it, I'll put a video on it for the, when I come back. And you guys will be able to see what I think on that. But as far as today, what I think on the graphics cards, are there some that's, good for $200 to $300? Yes, they are. Are they going to be worth $200 to $300 when it comes to 2024? Maybe not. But that's just my opinion. See, I'm using my opinion and giving you my opinion, Even though that, some companies like, AMD and NVIDIA, they're like, well, he's giving his opinion again, but he's not giving us facts. I give y'all plenty of facts. It's just that when I'm watching, everybody doing these, testings and everything else on the equipment, and they come up with these numbers that are nowhere near the numbers that I'm getting, it kind of blows you away. That for many of years that, you could have been testing all your equipment wrong for many of years, and you're sitting there telling everybody, well, this is the real deal. And that still comes back to the same thing that when I had one of my subscribers tell me that they're not getting the level of performance that I'm getting out of my 4070. But they got a faster processor and, a better motherboard and, probably bigger RAM, but they're still not getting what I'm getting. I mean, let me put it to you this way. When I put it up on YouTube, when I test on my PC, anything I test on my PC is legit. And the numbers I get are legit. There's no faking it. There's no nothing. Everything that I do on my PC is 100% legit. When it comes to this channel, is 100% legit. There's no faking it. There's no cutting corners. It is what it is. And if I'm getting these kind of numbers off of my PC, well, then there's something you're doing wrong on your PC. Maybe you need to test and retest until you find that magic number that you can get your PC up to. I've been testing my PC ever since I built it. Every day I test my PC. Every day. I don't do videos every day on me testing my PC. I don't do that. I do it within a certain amount of time frame for you all to see. But every day I test my PC to make sure the numbers are correct, to make sure I'm running at the right speeds on my processor, my RAM, my motherboard, my SSD, And what could hinder your FPS could have been that if you're running one of those plug-in portable SSDs that you plug into the side slot, other than using an M.2 drive, a faster M.2 drive, or you're running a slow M.2 drive, that can hinder your FPS as well. I did realize that. So, and plus with you having many things in the background, that can hinder your FPS too. The more things you get running in the background, the lower your FPS goes. Even if you're not using it for graphics or whatever, the FPS still relies on the system RAM. The FPS you get relies on the system RAM. Your graphics card relies on the compute textures that goes to your monitor. And with those two combined, if they're not working in harmony, then guess what? You're not going to have what you need. And you're going to have micro stuttering and everything else and lag like crazy because you didn't set it the right way. Because you didn't do your homework. And when you started to build from the motherboard, which is the heart of the system, and I'm going to say that only one more time to you, maybe more times to you, but the heart of your system is your motherboard. I don't care what anybody says. They can tell me until they're blue in the face, but I'm going to tell them the same thing. The heart of your system is your motherboard. The brain of your motherboard is your processor. Now, the blood pumping through your motherboard is your system RAM. Okay. Now, your M.2 SSD drive, that's your stomach. That's your internal organs. Okay. Now, the case, that's your body. So, if you want to reflect it towards, how much humanity you want to put into your PC, that's how you got to look at it. It's perfection. If you want to make it perfect, then work on it. Do your homework and study everything that you need to know about the motherboard you want to use. If you want to go to the 7000 series, then go to the 7000 series. That's going to be a platform that's not seasoned all the way. It's still new. So with the AM5 series, it's a new platform. And I can tell you, when it comes to the DDR5 for the Intel series, who knows what they're going to have going up to the 15th gen. Or if they're going to change the name completely, going up to the 15th gen. But Intel's not going to keep the same platform. So the 1700, the LGA 1700 that you got on that motherboard, for the 13th and the 12th, 13th, and 14th gen processor, that's all that motherboard's going to be good for. So when you buy a Z690 or a Z790 and you plug it in, and you got all three processors, the 12th, the 13th, and the 14th gen, and the amount of RAM that you got for it, and that's going to be another thing too. The RAM is going to be going up to the new series RAM, so do expect that to happen too. But anyway, that ends. And if you made it this far, I do appreciate it. So if this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe. And if you've already subscribed, welcome to the family. Welcome to JJ's PC Builds. And my veteran subscribers, as always, much love to you for all the things that you do, helping support the channel by watching videos from beginning to end. And, staying all the way to the end until the video completes it all the way to the end. And that is much appreciated. That shows dedication. When you've seen over all my videos that are going over 400 plus on all my videos, and you watched them all, and then you put a thumbs up on all of them, that tells me that, you're the ones that want to be there. You're the loyal subscribers that want to be there. You've watched all my videos, and from A to Z, no matter how corny they get, and you put thumbs up on every one of them. That shows me how loyal my subscribers are. So we're getting there slowly, but we're getting there. Now we went through this first phase. Now we're going into the second phase. Now we're going to start working towards making the videos, hopefully in the future, look better and more, pleasing to everybody. I know it's kind of hard. It's going to be hard to please the crowd, but do understand. We will do our best on the videos that we can do, since I'm still on my own. So, but anyway, until the next time, and I mean the next time in the next video, this is JJ on JJ's PC Builds. We will see you on the next one.